Thank you all for showing up tonight. My name is Vladimir, and I'm running for the MBAA Association president position. So my motivation for running for president are really three main points. The first being, I really see the presidential position as an opportunity for me to give back to the program. Since I got here, I feel like, as corny as it sounds, the transformation guaranteed promise is really what I've gotten, and we haven't even finished our first year. The second piece is I see the MBAA Association as a uniquely positioned organization to really bridge those gaps between the cohorts. So obviously we have the cohort rep positions, but I really see the MBAA Association as an opportunity to really just transcend that and really build that one UF MBA community. And then the third position, or the third motivation, is really the program has been moving up in rankings and getting better every year, and I see the MBAA Association as an opportunity to really build on that and help contribute to the program being even more successful in the future. So for those of you who read your emails and saw the platforms, my platform is really broken up into 4 different buckets. The first bucket is engagement. Under engagement, I talked about this initiative of creating this semi-structured mentorship program called Huff Buddies. So what it would look like is current students, second years, and several options would be matched with incoming students, and what those individuals would serve as mentors. It would provide a different type of engagement to the UF MBA program and provide incoming students another way to feel connected and be motivated to doing the things that are going to help them be successful during their MBA experience. The second part under engagement is alumni spotlights. So our alumni are doing some really great and awesome things in their roles and full-time roles, and I want to make sure that the MBA Association is really providing an opportunity to showcase that to current students and hopefully create another level of engagement with them as well. So we would showcase them through all of our social media platforms, emails, as well as Salesforces to communicate that out to everybody. The second bucket is admissions, and so what I mean really by that is really looking at what the UF MBA is doing with diversity and inclusion, and what we would be doing is the MBA would work with the admissions office, spoke with Jeff, and what we would do is we would identify programs that have been successful in recruiting diversity in their applicant pool. So looking at organizations like MLT, the consortium, as well as Forte Foundation to really increase our students of color, as well as our women applicants, so that we can really diversify the types of applicants that are coming to the UF MBA program. From there, we would look and see what are these schools doing that's making them successful and working for them, and try to replicate that success here by figuring out what would work best here with our program. The third bucket is our academics bucket, is my academics bucket, and that would be creating a more formalized process of requesting academic support. For some of you, me personally, I struggled in finance. Finance was not fun. And so I've had conversations with Sarah about potentially getting some tutoring support. And really right now, the process is not super structured. You need help, you go and ask for help. So the MBA would really formalize that process and give people an opportunity to reach out in a way that is clear and they would be able to identify what they need. On top of that, we would really recruit individuals from the MBA program as well as the finance and accounting programs to serve as tutors. So we would start that recruitment process sometime during the spring semester as well as through the summer. The last bucket I had was building on the existing MBA structure, the infrastructure, and really what that would involve is looking at our professional development organizations as well as our diversity and inclusion organizations and figuring out how can we connect those organizations with recruiters as well as alumni to create workshops that are geared towards providing value-added experiences to students to assist them in whatever piece of the journey they're at. In the fall, when we come back, some people are doing full-time search, some people are doing searches for internships, and so we would have workshops on recruitment, interview skills, and things like that. And we would also look at celebrating diversity and inclusion by educating individuals and exposing them to that, so they can also include that in their wheelhouse or in their toolkit of things that they can talk about as they go on to be successful in different roles. So those are my 4 main points. On top of that, the MBA Association has already been working on things. Nick has already highlighted those points, and so we would build on those as well. And I am looking forward to serving as president and working with this new board to make these things happen. Thank you.
first question that we got from the student body was to please highlight how your experience this past year has prepared you to serve as president.
Cool. So, like I said, transformation guarantee, that's really been the theme for me. I have had the opportunity to engage with professional students, with option students, with second years, as well as my cohort, and I think that it's given me really bigger picture or a better picture of what it means to be part of the UF MBA. I think as president, we really focus on, or as an MBA association, it's easy to focus on the full-time students here and kind of forget that, like, outside of this bubble of being here in Gainesville, the UF MBA is a lot bigger, and I think that that's what I've learned from branching out from my cohort, as well as being president of the Human Capital Club, learning the different processes with figuring out how to host events and things like that has been helpful, and also partnering or being able to be a UF MBA ambassador and really engaging in some insightful conversations with Jeff and some of the other admission staff. I think it's really been helpful in figuring out where the MBA program is now and where it can be in the future.
All right, question number 2. From the new ideas you intend to bring to the program, how feasible are they, and have you consulted the admissions/administration office on anything?
Yes, so I think they're very feasible. I think they complement what the MBA Association is doing and has done in the past. I've had conversations with Jason about engaging recruiters and alumni. I've had conversations with Jeff about figuring out how to target schools and what the Huff Buddies program could look like in terms of figuring out how to match students up. And I've even talked to Sarah, she's back now if anyone doesn't know. Well, she's back part-time. But I've talked to Sarah about figuring out how to formalize what getting academic assistance could look like. And so all my conversations have been positive. Some of it will be piloting and figuring out if it works and making tweaks here and there. But again, I think because these initiatives complement what the MBA Association does, I don't think it'll be, it won't be unrealistic to accomplish.
And the final question. Mod 1 revolves around NBIMBA, but often programming is forgot until Mods 3 and 4, leaving everything to pile up or get brushed under the rug. How can you change that?
Good question. It's true. I think that really what it starts with is figuring out the vision for the MBA Association board. Once the individuals are selected to fill in the positions now, and once the new people come in, a piece of it is going to be working with the first years and options that come in and figuring out how can we engage you but not engage you too much, because the job is important, so that they figure out how to kind of navigate managing their time. And then the other part is going to really be leaning on the individuals who are a little more seasoned, so the second years on the board, to figure out how they can maybe engage and make some of the initiatives that I had in my platform come to life. Because again, some of those things are going to complement, all of them are going to complement, but because of some of the professional development and D&I organization initiatives that I have, I think they're going to really be helpful with preparing for NBIMBA and things like that. So there is some programming that can happen, but again, we're going to have to really look and see what it looks like in real life, because things happen and things come up, and sometimes things are unexpected. But I think it's going to be a joint effort with figuring out with the board how we can make that happen.
Thank you very much.